Hello, today we're gonna learn how to create this flying cat game. And as you can see now, I can move the cat up and down, up and down. There is an effect of the cloud moving from right to the left, from right to the left. Let's get started. Before we begin, let's begin with Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So what I have here is two sprites. This is called sprite, by the way, cat flying sprites and cloud sprites. And if you don't know how to add a new sprite, we can go here, choose a sprite, click, and then you can choose any sprite that you like to the game. So for example, I'm gonna choose butterfly, and then you can move around butterfly around the view. Okay, and by the way, so everything that exists in the game stay between this rectangular thing, this layer. And okay, so that's just an example of creating or adding the new sprite. So I'm gonna remove this. So I'm gonna begin with the clouds. As you can see from this example, that the cloud is moving. How do we do that? First of all, let's see this. Let's see if I move around this thing, and you can pay attention to this value and this value. If I move, this value also change. This value also change. Move again, change again. Move again, change again. And let's see this thing. If I move it a little bit to the right, again, all right, did you notice that the value that changed a lot is x? And by the way, you can customize that using these blocks and these blue things, and also the other things here called blocks, by the way. All right, so let's go back to the cloud again. So we want to try if this thing is moving or not if we use this one, right? So change x by 10. So what does it mean? And if you see this earlier, whenever I move it a little bit to the right, the value of x is also changed. Okay, so I'm gonna try to click this to test whether the blocks work or not. Every time I hit this, the cloud moving, and every time the cloud moving, the value of x is changing. Okay, so if you see that the cloud is moving right to left, so meaning that's gonna be the opposite of this. How do we do that? So as you may see that this value is positive, why don't we try with negative value? -10. Let's see. Now it's moved left. Amazing. Okay, so what if we want to move the cat up and down, up and down? So that's kind of the opposite of, I mean, not the opposite, kind of different from the first one. So this one use x value, and then what if we use change y value? Now if I hit this, the cloud that move up. How about the cat? So you have to click this. Change y by 10, it can move up. Also the opposite, if you want to make it down, change y. I'm gonna go back with the cloud because we're gonna finish this first. We only need x because we want it to go all the way to the left. Now if you see that this cloud is always moved to the left, So I'm gonna go back here. This thing only move one time at a time, one step at a time. Boring, right? So by the way, we can go here, control, and then this one, forever. So we want to ask Scratch to run this code forever. Let's see what's gonna happen. Yep, but it's stuck, by the way. It doesn't teleport from the right now. And by the way, this is how you stop the game. And if you want to start the game, most of the time we're gonna use this, but this one doesn't work. I have clicked this many times. And to trigger this, go to events when the green flag click. So move this and then put it on top of the forever blocks. So whenever this block triggered, it's gonna run every single block below it. So let's see, I'm gonna hit this and then it runs. We got one issue now. It's stuck. We want it to infinitely go from left and teleport to the right, teleport to the right, teleport to the right, all over again. Okay, so if you notice, let's pay attention to this value, the x minus 302. It always moving whenever the cloud moving, and it stop whenever the cloud stop. Okay, so we can utilize that. And by the way, how do we teleport this thing to the right? And of course, we need to customize this thing, and we can use this set x. What if we move set x to 0? It goes to the center. This one, as you may see, the top right coordinate, this is called coordinate, is 240. Let's try 240. Boom. Yeah, it goes to the right. And then I'm gonna run this again. Whenever it's go left, teleport right, teleport right, teleport right. So I want that to run infinitely. I want it to move from left to right again and again. So there's one thing. This is called conditional. So I'm gonna need, if I go to sensing, I can go here, take the equals, and then I'm gonna need to take this value. How do we do that? So go to motions and then scroll down. There is an X positions. Okay, you see it's also changed every time it moves. So it represents the positions of the cloud. So whenever this value, so we can take this, is equals to 302, we're gonna make it teleport to the right. This is teleport to the right, right? Boom. Put inside, and then it doesn't work. I have to click this every time it's on the left. So to make it automatically happen, I'm just gonna put it here. There you go. So far we have a moving cloud. How do we do this? Alright, it's pretty easy. Since we have this, to make it go down, and I'm gonna take another one, change y by 10 to make it go up. Now we can go down, we can go up. But if I full screen, how do I control this? There is no trigger. Don't worry, we can go here. My bad. I think we're gonna go here, events. This one, there is a blocks when space key pressed, and we can customize this into the button, change it to the button that we like. I'm gonna use up arrow, take another one, down arrow, because up arrow to move up, down arrow to move down. And then now I'm gonna try to make it in full screen size, and now I can move it up and down, up and down. Amazing, right? And by the way, we don't need this background anymore. I'm gonna change the background or the stage. Choose a background. I'm gonna choose the blue sky, and there we go. The flying cat is ready to fly. So I think that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Let's close with hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Kafaratul majlis, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nasyhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Thank you.